What's up, you guys? Teddy Striker here, and today I want to talk about Michael Venom Page versus Ian Garry. I feel like this should probably be the main event, but I kind of get why it's not. To just make sure that people are there early and that people are tuning into the pay-per-view early because this is a very exciting fight. In my opinion, these are two of the best strikers in the welterweight division. I would put Stephen Thompson up there. Obviously, right now, based on what he's done, I'd probably say that Leon Edwards is the best striker in the welterweight division. But yeah, these guys are up there, and they're very talented, very, very fast, very agile, and I feel like this is a close fight. I've seen a lot of people say that Michael Venom Page is gonna knock Ian Garry out, but I can actually see a world where Ian Garry wins this fight. I feel like this is a really close and competitive fight, but I think I am gonna go with Michael Venom Page. I think that he's just got a higher fight IQ than Ian Garry. Ian Garry is still early in his career. He's like 26 years old. He's still got time, and I feel like Michael Venom Page is gonna beat him by a decision. I don't think he's gonna stop Ian Garry. I think that Ian Garry is like very, very good defensively. He's got good footwork, to evade strikes, but because of his height and reach advantage over several of his opponents, he just has this tendency, kind of like Israel Adesanya, to just like pull his head out the way. But unlike Israel, he just backs up in a straight line, which leaves him open to a blitz. And Jeff Neal isn't the fastest guy, and I feel like MVP is much faster than him. He's much lighter on his feet, whereas Jeff Neal, sometimes he can, kind of get heavy on his feet. He does have good footwork, but I feel like MVP is just much better than Jeff Neal in that aspect. And he's done it his whole life, so he just knows how to generate that type of KO power. And I feel like if he clips Ian Garry with a blitz, he could put him down. In this fight, I feel like Michael Venom Page is really going to put the pressure on Ian Garry. I think he's going to push him back because he knows that Ian Garry, he's got great kicks. And when you're fighting someone like that with great kicks, who's pretty fast, you want to push him back. You don't want to just fight him in the center. And whenever you try to exchange, he's got all the space in the world to move out the way and then come back to the center of the octagon. You want to push this guy back to the fence and just keep him there, and also take away the space he needs for those kicks, because that's arguably Ian Garry's best weapon. He's got good speed, good kicking dexterity. He can get his kicks up to head height. He's got speed, power, everything. So take those kicks away, push him back. He does have some counter shots. He was able to win his UFC debut with a nasty counter right hand, but his opponent was nowhere near as fast as Michael Venom Page. And also, he kind of telegraphed his hook. He threw it really wide. Whereas Michael Venom Page, he'll blitz you with straight punches, or maybe an overhand here and there, but it's very hard to catch him, because if you miss, you're putting yourself in that line of fire. And I don't think Ian Garry is going to be able to take some of those shots that Kevin Holland was taking. And also, MVP is a great counter striker, so early on, he's going to get the timing for Ian Garry, see what he's going to do. I do think that Ian Garry is going to throw a lot of leg kicks at MVP. That's going to be his main weapon in this fight. But whenever he tries to open up with punches, I feel he's gonna get a countered at one point, because MVP has I think he has a 6.5 or maybe a 5.5 inch reach advantage over Ian Garry. So that's a huge advantage, especially when you're a good counter striker like MVP. I feel like he's gonna be catching Ian Garry coming into some of his punches. He will draw him out with his feints. Ian Garry is gonna try to open up, but then he's gonna get countered, and then he's gonna just backpedal a bit, use his kicks a bit more, and not really open up as much with his punches. And I feel like he's going to be getting frustrated in this fight. I think he's going to be missing some of his shots. And also, I think that when MVP taunts him after he lands a good shot, Ian Garry is going to get a bit more frustrated and, try and not engage as much on the striking, because MVP does hit hard, and he's very, very fast. And to be honest, I feel like Ian Garry's kind of underestimating MVP a little bit. He did say that there was no chance in hell that MVP was going to beat Kevin Holland. One, if you really think about it, like it's that sort of style. If you go up against MVP, like you fight him 10 times, you're gonna lose 10 times. But Ian Garry was very dismissive of MVP's chances to beating Kevin Holland. And also, he's saying that he has like no interest in fighting Michael Venom Page, which is very, very strange to say, because now you've signed a contract and like you're fighting him. And also, he's saying that MVP only has a right hand, which is a mistake because he does have a taekwondo background. He's got great kicks, very, very quick. And also, he's like a switch hitter. He switches from both sides. He can fight you from both stances. He's very versatile on the feet. He doesn't really show it too much because he doesn't need to, but he's got his elbows as well. Like those are very, very fast and surprisingly accurate. When you throw a spinning strike like that, it takes a lot of skill and precision to land so cleanly, like he just landed on Kevin Holland. Overall, like Ian Garry is very talented and he's very skilled, but I feel like to beat a guy like Michael Venom Page, you're gonna have to push him back, give him different things to think about, like mix it up with the takedowns and the potential threat of the grappling, and just also having power in your hands is helpful. But yeah, just being aggressive and not being afraid of getting knocked out. And I feel like Ian Garry, with everything that's happened, I feel like he's not gonna want to get knocked out, and he's gonna get hit a couple times, but then he'll just be content by making it to a decision and not getting knocked out. But I feel like a guy like Shafkat or a Leon Edwards or someone who can mix it up could beat MVP.